and gentlemen, this is the Celebrity Authority Show, and here is your host, Sam Cawthorn.
Hey, very good. Hey guys, I'm super excited here because we have Tess Miller-Sharp here on the couch, direct from Byron Bay. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks so much for having me. Yeah.
So Tess, you're a thought leader and a consultant in health and well-being. Share with me a little bit more about why well-being is so important in today's world right now.
We tend to live in a world where we've been taught that we need to use our rational mind and think all of the time, yet that doesn't necessarily support our nervous system. And when our nervous system's stressed and in a beta state with our brainwaves, we can't access our alpha state, which is our creativity and our calmness and our presence. So merging well-being into a corporate space, just into our lives generally, is definitely going to make a bigger impact in the world.
Wow, Tess, I'm really looking forward to this conversation today, guys. Tess, before we deep dive a little bit more into what you call our alpha state, share with me a little bit more about your story and how did you originally get into this? Where did you grow up?
I actually grew up in the Blue Mountains.
Very nice.
And as soon as I could, I kind of got out of Australia. I had this yearning to go and travel. So I'm just one of two. And later on, I found out I was one of 2.5, which was quite interesting. Okay. But I sort of just started off, leaving school quite early and going into admin and then corporate, and then ended up doing lots of cost accounting. But I always had this lust for travel and what makes things work and how to make things better. So when I arrived in London in the early 90s, I just fell in love with it, and I ended up spending 15 years there. And it was only the sudden news that my father was ill that made me come back to Australia. And he kind of passed a lot sooner than we thought. And my plan didn't go to plan of what I thought was going to happen next. So
nothing really ever goes to plan.
No, because my rational mind had worked it all out ahead. Yeah. See, but intrinsically there was the thing happened that I thought was going to happen, but not in the time frame. Okay. And there were other things that happened that I wasn't accounting for. So it really sent me on a dark night journey of the soul, really deep for quite a few years. And I ended up getting help and finding different types of modalities, and especially this intuitive work that I came across. Yeah, okay. And so it really helped me understand who I was, what I was telling myself, and more about who I am in my essence and what it is that I bring to the world through my heart space. And so I found that bringing all of this together was a really powerful thing, not just to bring one to one, but one to many. And after working all those years in corporate, I could really see quite clearly how desperately needed it was. Because we can't just leave our personal life and who we are at the door and walk into the office and then become a different person. Because these people that work in businesses are the lifeblood of the business. Yeah. And so this merging of these two sort of what we would call separate ways of living is to bring more heart and soul to ourselves and therefore the businesses that we're in.
So you're talking about heart space earlier on. So you're saying, is this available to everyone? Can everyone catch this and learn it?
Yeah, most definitely. I believe this is the thing that we were not told at school.
Wow.
It's like the hidden secret is to how to access your intuition and how to apply it practically to get information that is beyond your rational mind.
So how do we do that? For people out there that might be stressed, that might have a rational mind, they've just been going through some turmoil or whatever it might be, what would you say to us?
Well, it's really quite simple. There's just 3 steps.
Okay.
So the first thing to do is just to recognize that you're in that beta stressed mode. And then the second step is to refocus. So taking a breath and just coming back to yourself. And
breath is so powerful, yes?
It's really, really powerful for the nervous system. A lot of people don't breathe properly. So coming back to self and center and then reimagine. So when we think of something, so like say we hear a song on the radio and it instantly transforms us back to a moment that we had with friends and you're like, oh, and then your whole body floods with that feeling.
Does.
And so that's the key, is to reimagine a time when you did feel relaxed and good and in a happy place. And then from there, it's really easy to then start to re-engage with the world.
Wow, you make it sound so easy. So for people out there, obviously, that are, quite stressed, you're saying these 3 things here will really help them to, get on top of their own energy state. Is that right?
Yeah, so it is a self-awareness tool,
Okay.
but it is also to change their brainwave states from the beta stress to the alpha, which is that calm presence. And then from there, it's really possible to deeply dive into intuition state, which is more the theta brain. So that's like the up and coming thing that I have.
Hey, why don't you share with us a little bit more about, what you're doing up and coming? I'd love to hear how people can get involved.
Yeah, so my plan at the moment is it's my intuitive plan, by the way.
Of course.
Because I always go with my intuition, to really start rolling out more of my programs to the corporate after the beta testing phase. And then after that, to be able to create practitioners of this work. And so teach the leaders, and then they can move it forward into the world. So it can really be incorporated in every business's wellness plan.
Yeah, okay. And you're a family person?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more.
I have a husband, and he's absolutely devoted. He's my biggest champion, so I adore him. And I have 2 wonderful teenagers, and they are wonderful teenagers. I know that's pretty rare.
I've met them. They're amazing.
And then I have 2 adorable whippets that really do fill up my heart. Yeah, and just, chilling out and relaxing in Byron Bay is awesome.
Absolutely it is. Whenever you're in Byron Bay.
Yeah, look me up. It's great fun.
Hey, Tess, thank you so much for joining us here on the Celebrity Authority Show. We all learnt so much. Though, look, just before you go, we did this bit of a challenge for all of our guests, yeah? And what the challenge is 10 questions in 60-second challenge. So, Tess Miller-Sharp, do you accept the challenge?
I do. Bring it on.
All right, your time starts now. Favourite colour?
Indigo.
Ooh. Favourite food?
Fusion.
Favourite celebrity?
My son.
Oh, that's beautiful. Favourite actor?
Well, I would have to say it is the ones that are awesome and inspiring. I'm just going to leave it at that.
All right. Favourite professional speaker?
Well, I'll have to say Sam Cawthorn.
Oh.
Comes in with a close tie with Demian.
Oh, yeah. Favourite book?
Well, it would be Presence, Human Potential and the Field of the Future.
Who wrote?
It's actually more of a culmination of research.
Okay. Favourite movie?
Oh, Usual Suspects.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Goodie
Intrigue.
but an oldie. I like
Intrigue.
it. Yeah. Favourite city?
London.
Favourite drink?
Well, that would have to be something non-alcoholic with lots of fresh, spicy mint and lime.
Oh, that's very nice. Favourite pizza topping?
Oh, pizza. Topping would have to be pineapple.
No way.
Oh, way. Yeah. Pineapple.
And Tess, if you could be an animal, which animal would you be?
Well, it would have to be a dragonfly.
Why is that?
They skim over the surface, yet there's a lot of depth underneath them. Yeah. They do fly quite high, and they are very inspiring. They can change, and their wings beat so much faster than any other flying animal. They're amazing.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Celebrity Authority Show.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thanks.